Merry Christmas. Only thing on my wishes is bitches. I told Santa to pull up, we grinching. On your block with some rain that we spinning. Look, I've been naughty all year, I don't listen. He under the mistletoe, Blicky gon' kiss him. Filling my stocking with diamonds, they glisten. Niggas be LZ, they do what I tell them. Put that dart in your nose on you Rudolph. Bitch, I'm icy like snow, I don't cool off. Jingle bells, I be trapping with school off. All these niggas, they pussy, they tease off.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Holiest, coming at y'all with a banger of a video today. So today, we're gonna be talking about the weapons. I'm gonna be breaking them down, rating them, telling y'all which ones I think are the best, which ones I think are the worst, breaking them down by their skills in English, by the way. So make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, all of that, so you guys can take a look at the weapons and everything. And I will be leaving a link down in the description to this. Before I get started, I do want to mention my Discord and some of the changes that I've made to it, because I want a lot of y'all to join it. And I also want to say that I am live on Twitch right now. Link will be in the description if you guys want to come through, hang out, follow, say what's up to the kid. You know, I'm always interactive with chat. I love streaming for y'all. So, you know, come through and check the boy out. You know what I'm saying? See, it's a good time. It's always a good time. So, but yeah, as far as the Discord goes, two things I want to say for the Discord before I start. Number one, what's number one? I want to start doing weekly events for the server. So if you guys are in my Discord, which will also be in the description below, then every week I want to do different events, like recycle some of them because I'm not that creative. I have a couple ideas in mind, but with cash prizes so that you can win some money. We'll go through, and if there's a winner, then there's a tab that I have marked legends, and there's actually a role that's marked legend, so you can have a little cool little star or something next to your name. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but there's gonna be something cool in your name when you talk in the chat and all of that. It's gonna be real cool, real nice, and everybody will know you're the one, bro. Second thing, I want to start a guild for when Global comes out, right? And I want to have no shot. Somebody just followed me while I was making this. Go follow me on Twitch. Second thing is, I want to make a guild when Global comes out, and I want to have as many people as possible on day one in the guild, just like that. So I made a role in the Discord, if you come to the role section, explaining all of that. So if Global comes out, then we can all just be there and be ready. So I can just say, yo, you know, like at TOF Guild, it's time. It's time. So before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to the people that made this document, because it's a very beautiful document. It has so much information in it. Like I said, I will be linking everything that you see in this video in the description. It's in English, it's clean. So shout out to the homie Pyrosu, shout out to the homie Baku, and shout out to the homie Blank 8784, man. All legends for making this. Whoever else helped on this, man, shout out to y'all. But I do want to go through and, you know, as an MMO connoisseur, I want to go through and I want to kind of break down all the weapons, how I think they'll be useful from the hundreds of hours I've already put into the game. And, you know what I mean, let's check them out. So the first one, Claudia Sword. She is actually the newest character. I think she literally just released. These are the awakening descriptions. Her 1-star has a pretty solid damage buff for 25 seconds, up to a maximum of 3 levels. 16% to the base attack growth of the current weapon for 2 stars. The skill combo, when the skill or combo hits the target, it increases the physical damage and shield breaking efficiency by 10% for 15 seconds, but it doesn't stack. 32% of the base attack at 4 stars. An effect is granted to the wielder on a combined hit, increasing the skill damage of all weapons by 20% for 15 seconds. That's actually a huge skill. Increases skill damage of all weapons by 20%. So let's say you're running this sword with the guns and the chakram or the scythe. Okay, and I know we haven't got to those yet, but this was the first one on the list, so this is the first one we're talking about. We know the guns and the scythe and the chakram put out like crazy DPS, right? If you have this sword 5 stars, 20% added onto that, your DPS is gonna skyrocket, bro. This is actually an insane 5-star weapon. So, and then no more damage reduction when the same target is hit. Okay. And then when it's fully charged, the next attack puts the enemy into a severe wound state, increasing damage 20% and dealing 137% of attack power. That is insane for 7 seconds. For 7, that's you know how much you can do in 7 seconds. Let me break it down like this. You charge this shit up. You hit with this attack. Your attack is up 20%, and you're dealing 137% of your attack power. You activate this effect, right? Increasing the skill damage of all your weapons. Bow. You push the button. 1. You do crazy damage. You switch to the guns. 1. You do crazy damage. Like, this shit is actually insane, and it's probably one of the, I'd say one of the best buffing weapons. It's a physical sword, so you know there is a lot of bosses that are weak to physical. That's cool. That's cool. So this is definitely a big DPS weapon. Just off of reading it initially, before we even get into any of the other weapons, I would probably rate the Katana, the Red Lotus blade, which is, you know, it's a fire looking weapon. If you guys haven't seen it on Claudia already, it's a fire weapon. It's physical, but it's fire. You know what I'm saying when I say, like, it's crazy, it's dope. I'd probably give this weapon an A tier. I'd give this an A tier. I do think there's another weapon, and you know, we may come back to this and say, you know, we change it up when we're looking at all of them at once. We're gonna look at the menu and we're gonna say, like, what is this, right? So I'm gonna start off by giving Claudia Sword an A tier. Let's go back to the index. So I wonder if I can just put it next to it so I can remember what I said about it. I'd have to copy it to edit it. I'm not allowed to edit it, so I don't feel like copying it right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna say this one is an A tier right now. Okay, so let's get into the shotgun. So the shotgun, the blazing revolver. So it's not even a shotgun, it's a revolver. This one is a fire attack, and it is a DPS weapon. Just like the sword. Every attack ignites the enemy for 8 seconds when the weapon is fully charged, dealing 58% attack damage per second and reducing the target's healing effect by 50%. That's actually really good. So far I haven't run into any bosses that heal. So it's not gonna be very viable, like that 50% reduction right now until I run into a boss that heals. Right now doesn't really mean a whole lot, okay? Unless you're in PvP. If you're in PvP, this could actually help you a lot if you're fighting somebody that is using healing weapons, because they're only gonna be able to heal half. So that's actually really good. A lot of these DPS attacks, the 4-star and the 2-star, are 16% and 32%, so that's going to be the same across the board. The 1-star, 2% of the target's current life is added to each attack, up to a maximum of 180% of the attack. That means, if you guys are confused, and I'm going to break this down to what I interpret this as, you guys can let me know below in the comments what you guys interpret this as, but what I interpret this as is every time you attack, if, like, let's say there's an enemy with like 2 million HP, right? 2% of his HP is added onto that attack, right? So if it's 2 million and 2% of 2 million, I'm doing big numbers for some reason. I don't know why I fucked myself up like this. I think that's 40,000. 40,000. So you would be able to do 40,000 damage, but if your attack is not high enough for you to hit a 40,000, you'll only do 180% of your attack. So, you know, if you're only able to hit a 20,000 and that number is 180% of your attack, then that's all you'll be able to do. Okay? Fuck me, my nose is running. The skill Blast Grenade applies a powerful burn to the target, dealing 1% of the target's current life point per second. So if they were 2 million HP, they would do 10,000 damage per second, which would add up a lot, up to a maximum of 60% of the attack. So again, it would cap for 10 seconds. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. And the Blast Grenade is increased again to no more than 90% of the attack. Okay, so it goes from 60% to 90% at 5 stars, which is a big difference. That can mean a lot. And a hit from any weapon's dodge refreshes the duration of the debuff time. That is crazy. That is crazy. So you can literally just dodge and attack and dodge and attack, and this will just keep going. The cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds after any weapon's dodge hits the target. Okay. Okay, so this is another pretty crazy sounding DPS weapon. It sounds like a lot of dot damage, which is damage over time if you guys didn't know. The dot damage is pretty crazy on this thing. I would honestly, this weapon compared to the first one, I would say different usability, right? The first weapon was more of a buffer weapon, right? It increases your attack damage, it increases your the percentage on like all your other weapons and everything. This one is more of a damage over time or continuous damage weapon. So it's like an attack and back the fuck up, an attack and back the fuck up kind of weapon, right? I would say, and you gotta kind of, when you look at the weapons, you gotta kind of look at them in that light, right? Like you're not gonna use this weapon the same way that you would use the katana. So in the way that this weapon usability would be, I'd give it an A as well. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is like, if it's 6 stars, I give it an A. I'm not gonna sit here and rate it by star. 0 constellations, this weapon is probably like a C or a B. If you have 0 constellation, I'll probably give this a C or a B. The first weapon, if it's 0 constellation, because I was going off of 6 constellation, so I do want to go back and touch on this. If this weapon is 0 constellation, I would probably give it a B, just because it has this still, where it puts the enemy into a severe wound state, and it still will give you buffs at zero constellation, right? The other one has a nice burn, but the burn it only really applies to PvP, because, you know, I haven't run into any monsters that are healing like that, you know, that I can't out DPS. So in terms of DPS weapons, I think I would give this one a C, just because the usability really isn't there for me. Unless it's 6 stars, then it could be an A. At 6 stars, this weapon is an A. At 0 constellation, C. First weapon is an A on both ends. 6 stars or not, bro. It's an A. So we have A, C. I'm not gonna sit here and say what it is for each one, because this is a video. So if you forgot what I said about one of the weapons, you can just rewind. You just rewind, goddammit. Then we got the ice staff, the big daddy staff. So this is a healing weapon. That's already cool. Already makes it different from the first two. So if I rate this as an A, don't say, oh, the sword is way better than this. This is a healing weapon. It is not in the same category as a DPS weapon. I'm going to rate this based off of what I think it would do on the field, healing wise. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're in the comments saying, I have the dual weapon and they do way more damage than my ice staff. Well, duh. It's not that your ice staff isn't a DPS weapon. Anyway, so 1 star constellation. After using dodge, summons a healing bee to follow you. The healing bee can heal the lowest percentage of life within 15 meters. So this is not an AoE heal on the bee. The bee will heal you. So like if I'm 100,000 HP total, right? Like maximum. And I'm chilling at 50k, and you're 100,000 XP maximum, and you're at 40k. I'm at 50%, and you're at 40%. So the bee is only going to heal you. Okay, that's what this means, because you're at lowest percentage. So this is not an AoE heal here. It's okay. So this, obviously, like I said, every weapon, even the healing weapons, for some reason, have an attack base growth at 2 and 4 stars. So the weapon effect here. Every attack freezes the enemy for 2 seconds, which is good when the weapon is fully charged, which is good. 2-second heal is decent damage. Causes frostbite for 6 seconds and deals 151% attack damage when the freeze breaks. It's cool. The target's movement will be reduced by 50% during frostbite. So again, that sounds that movement speed thing sounds like it would be viable in PvP. So it seems like the last skills on the weapon effects are more tuned for PvP, because when you're fighting monsters, like, yeah, there are some that are like, it would be really useful to have them going slower, some of the world bosses and stuff, but like just roaming around the world and attacking shit, it's like the slow isn't gonna really do too much for you. That's how I feel about that one. Releasing the Asylum removes debuffs from the target, can be released while under crowd control, and all teammates within range gain a 20% damage and shield breaking buff, and are immune to crowd control and shield breaking effects. So it's a debuffer. So if your teammate has like attack down or defense down or poison or something, it will remove debuffs. It's cool. And all teammates gain a 20% damage and shield breaking buff. That's actually a good buff. Shield breaking and damage, that's really good. And are immune to crowd control and shield breaking effects. So again, that sounds like, okay, so either way it's gonna be useful, right? PvP or PvE. It's gonna be useful. So you're fighting that little annoying scorpion that stuns you and freezes you and poisons you and all that shit. You have someone on your team that does this, he can't touch you. That scorpion is useless. The staff is really good for that. If you're running around the world solo and you need some heals, this sword will be amazing for you. It'll let you break shield better and buff. So this is a buffer more than a healer, I feel like. The healing effect is increased down here at 15%, and could be 35% if you're at like 59% health or lower, which is good heals. That's a really good heal. But again, singular heal. And then this one, the 6-star makes it S tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. 6-star makes it S tier. Heals all friendly units when the healing bee is summoned. And when it disappears at 100% of its attack power, all friendly units get a 10% attack boost. That's actually, okay, 6-star makes it S tier. This is an S tier healing weapon at 6-star because it turns into an AoE heal. Before 6 stars, it's a singular heal, and I'd probably give it a B. I'd probably give it a B. As a healing weapon, it's a B. It has a nice buff. This buff is crazy, but I think I'd give it a B as a healing weapon. It's not really focused on healing until it's 6 stars, and at 6 stars, I'd give it an S because that is an insane heal, and it buffs attack and all of that, bro. Like you still get all these other ones. So yeah, S at 6 stars and B at nothing, or a couple of stars, I guess. B before 6 stars, god damn it. But even some, bro, okay, I want to go back into it. Even before this one, this weapon is useless to me. I'm not gonna lie, before this shit gets 3 stars, I would probably give it a C or a D. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna move on. The bow, I've seen this shit in action. Does not look very good. I'm not gonna lie, but Let me read. I don't really like the bows in general in this game, so I may be biased here. Every attack freezes the enemy for 2 seconds when the weapon is fully charged and causes frostbite for 6 seconds and deals 151% attack damage when the freeze breaks. That's good. Nice little break. Nice little frostbite, and then the frostbite reduces movement speed. Each arrow that hits the target with a dodge attack, you gain sharp arrow that increases attack by 8%. Not that great, I'm not gonna lie to you. It can be stacked up to 24% for 15 seconds. Okay, not that great. 2-star attack percent. Dodge attack shoots 3 arrows. 32 attack percent. Duration of sharp arrow is doubled and can be stacked for 5 levels instead of 3, because up here it's only 3. Okay, listen y'all. This weapon is garbage. I'm dropping this straight into F tier. I don't care how many stars you have on this shit. If you have this bow, bro, bro, listen, I get it. Y'all may love it. Y'all may have it and y'all may love it. If you do, tell me why you love it. Like, what's the reason behind your love for this? Is it because it's an elemental ice weapon? Is it because it works really well on one of the world bosses? Yeah, I've seen the video. Is it because it works really well on one of the world bosses? We're gonna go back to the index because I don't even want to look at it anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. The shield and the axe. I have this weapon personally. I love it so far. No constellations on it. Just based off of my experience, I'd probably give the shield an A with no constellation. But let me read about it. Let me make sure. Every attack ignites the enemy for 8 seconds when the weapon is fully charged, dealing 58% of attack damage per second and reducing the target's healing effect by 50% during ignition. Cool. The ignite thing works really well. I really like the ignite thing. Like I said, the healing effect reduction hasn't really come into play at all yet. I haven't run into any enemies like that. That's more of a PvP thing. When dodging while in shield form, you gain a layer of shield up to 3 layers, each layer providing 5% damage reduction for 8 seconds. When switching to axe form, the shield is transformed into an axe, and each layer of shield increases the damage of axe by 15% for 8 seconds. So, if you guys have used the shield, there's these little balls that come out that have a shield in them. You pick them up. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about. They're layers of shield, right? That axe is fucking awesome. If we get an increased damage to the axe, that's gonna be crazy. One thing that it doesn't say is when you dodge with this shit, if you dodge attack, then it stuns your target like every time. So anytime you can dodge attack and land it, your target's gonna be dizzy, bro. You're gonna be spinning. Just like every other weapon, 16% base. In shield form, a dodging attack that hits the target adds an additional 4% of your current health to damage. Cool. So if I'm 100k, it'll add 4k to the damage. That's actually really good. 3 stars is actually really good. I think once you hit 3 stars on the shield, it's an S tier weapon. That's how I feel about it. Because that's actually huge. Adding an incredible amount of damage to your output. Right. This is a DPS, a big DPS increase. So right now I know my HP is like 50k. So this would add like 2k to that damage. Your HP is actually like, look at your HP. It's actually really high. It's actually really high. So yeah. Gain 30% damage reduction immediately when switching to shield or axe. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. I will take 30% less damage when I switch to the shield. That's really good. That's almost half of the damage. That's really close. The buff decreases by 10% every 3 seconds. Okay, so you have it for 3 seconds, which is cool. It's cool. Disappears when switching to another weapon for 30 seconds. So it's a big cooldown on it. So if you're switching between weapons a lot, you know, you switch to it for 3 seconds to get the cooldown, and then you switch off a weapon and you're good to go. Enhances switching skills. Shield change enhancement skill increases damage by 60%. It already does so much damage, and it's a big AoE, and extends the range of the flame zone by 30%. So if you don't know, there's like this, when you use the shield switch in, it gives like this pulse to the ground that burns the opponents and shit. It goes like, poof, 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 like it takes damage. You're extending the range of that by 30%. So you're gonna be able to get a wider range of AoE with the skill switch in. It's actually really good. Definitely SS tier at 6 stars. That's actually huge right there. This weapon turns into an S at 3 and an SS at 6. It's an A at no constellation. Shield is an awesome weapon. The dual blades, when the weapon is fully charged, the next attack will shock the enemy for 1 second, removing their current buffs, and deals 144% attack damage. They cannot gain any buffs for 6 seconds. So this is a debuffer. That's pretty good for bosses that buff themselves and stuff. That's pretty good. This will also be good for PvP because it'll stop the people that you're fighting from buffing. The shock is cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen an enemy get shocked, but it does kind of transfer through other enemies, removing their current buffs, and it's a debuffer. So this is a very solid debuffing electric weapon. 40% in crit rate of all attacks with the twin blades when they hit the target's back. This guy is literally Watanabe. Can I say that real quick? These weapons are literally built after Watanabe, bro. If y'all have ever played Punishing Gray Raven and y'all know about Watanabe and his weapons, this is Watanabe, bro. 100% increase in the crit rate of backstabs against electrified targets. So when this shot goes off, you'll always crit, and your crit damage will be increased by 30%. Insane. Or if you're fighting with somebody that has the guns, like for me, for example, my guns shock people, it will actually buff that crit. Your crit damage would be crazy while the shock is going on. So then we have 30% more damage to targets with less than 60% health. So the lower the health is, the faster they're gonna die, which is actually really good. That's a big buff at 3 stars. When triggering the backstab effect, you will gain 100% crit rate that lasts for 4 seconds. So that's even if you're not hitting him in the back. You just have to hit him in the back once to trigger the effect, and then you gain that crit rate and you can hit him whenever, and your crit damage will go up by 50%. Bro, when releasing a skill, the target receives 20% more damage from the lightning element for 20 seconds. So this would go really well if you also had the guns or something. So this weapon, honestly, I'd say at no constellation, just based off of this, a really good debuffer. Just based off of the debuffs alone, I'd give it a B. These are like super good debuffs. And then they can't gain any more debuffs for a long time. 6 seconds is actually a really long time. And when it comes to like high-paced fighting like games like this, 6 seconds feels like forever. If you're doing a PvP situation and somebody like makes it so you can't buff something, you're sitting there like, imagine like you can't heal for 6 seconds. Like that's crazy, right? These crit damage and crit rate increases are insane. I think at 1 star it's probably an A, and at 5 stars it turns into an S. Then we got the Scythe, Daddy Deluxe weapon, right? King. Every attack ignites enemies for 8 seconds. That's just like the shield. Reduces the target. This is just like the shield, so it's off the rip. It's the same thing. 1 star shield breaking efficiency is increased by 15%, which is really good. After breaking the shield, the target is dealt 120% attack damage. That's fire. So this is actually, like, I'd say based off the 1 star, this is probably the best shield breaking weapon. If you get this 1 star, best shield breaking weapon right here. For every enemy target within 6 meters, the damage is increased by 10%. So so it's only up to 3 enemies. Okay, I was about to say, bro. So if there's 3 people standing around you, your attack is just up by 30% for no reason. For no reason, your attack just goes up 30%. That's crazy. Increases damage by 100% to targets with life shields or to monsters with shields. They're literally just buffing his damage for no reason, dog. So if a monster has a shield up, your attack just goes up to 100% for no reason. Like he just has a shield, you do 100. Yeah, this is definitely the best shield breaking weapon right here. 10% more damage for every target killed, up to 3 stacks for 30 seconds. So you can actually get this 30% and this 30% at 6 stars. Definitely SS tier weapon, bro. This is probably, so far, I'd say this is probably the best weapon in the game, just off of reading what I've read so far. Hands down, probably the best weapon in the game, especially if you get it like to 5 and 6 stars. At 3 stars, it's definitely just a regular S. I'd give it an S at 3, but shit, at 1 star, it's an S. That the shield breaking efficiency and attack damage up, it's an S. But 6 stars, SS for sure, bro. SS for sure. Definitely, I think it's probably the best weapon in the game that I've gone over so far. Okay, and maybe in general once we get done. 2-handed ice sword from Meryl. Freezes the enemy, causes frostbite. Okay, so the weapon effects are just based off, it seems like they're just based off of their element, right? So this is ice sword. I think all ice weapons so far have had this same thing going on. So 15% increase in shield breaking efficiency. That's really good. The Scythe had that too. And you gain 10% health after breaking the target. That's really good too. Oh, she's different. She's different. So instead of getting attack, she gets HP growth on the stars. Let me tell y'all, so 32% HP growth is crazy, whether you're in PvP or PvE, bro. That's a big jump. Like I said, right now I'm close to 50k HP. If I got a 32% bump, then I'm like at almost 70k. Like, that's huge. That's a big difference. When switching to this weapon, it gains an ice shield of 10% of your maximum health. See, that's the shit that was happening in PvP, bro. I know that motherfuckers was cheating. You have 70k HP and then you use this shield and you get a 7k shield? And it's 60 seconds? Oh, bro, get out of here. 50% increase in damage and shield breaking efficiency during the ice shield state. So while you have this shield up at 3 stars, you get 50% increase in breaking efficiency. That's cool, that's cool. When switching to this weapon, it gains an ice shield of 20%. So at 6 stars, you double that. So you can have a 14k shield, which makes you immune to crowd control and has a cooldown time for 60 seconds. 20%. And you can't get stunned or anything. You can't get stunned or anything. That's insane. I'd say S tier. Especially at 6 stars, S tier. This is definitely one of the better weapons, especially in PvP. I think this weapon will shine in PvP. Mostly because of the shield and the inability to get crowd controlled. That means you can't get stunned, you can't get flinched, you can't get shocked, you can't get nothing for 10 whole seconds, bro. And like I said, that's a long time in this. You can output a lot of damage, especially if you have a 15k plus shield on you. If you have this shit 6 star and you have that strong ass, solid ass shield, bro, and you can't get stunned, you can literally just sit there and swing at people and dog them and they can't do anything. They're not even hitting your actual HP. They're hitting the 15k shield that you put up. Definitely S weapon, bro, especially in PvP. Big S in PvP, bro. The dual guns, my favorite. I have them 3-starred. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Same effect as all the other electros. When hitting the target, it causes an electrical explosion, dealing an extra 30% attack to the target and nearby units. Big AoEs come with these shits, bro. 16% attack growth, 40% increase in the blast rate against the targets with electrical effects, and 0.5 seconds longer on electrical bursts. I like it. That's what I have. This is where I'm at right now. I need another star, but I gotta keep summoning so I can get to 4 stars and get this big attack boost, bro. Gotta get it. I need one more. I have it in the shop. I'm about to be pulling today on stream. Like I said, I'm streaming right now. If you guys don't know, you can come hang out. Double the duration of the energy blast skill and pull the targets to the center. That's gonna be stupid. But if I push 1 and all the enemies go like that, bro, I'm gonna feel like Venti. If I need one more gun, and I'll basically have this because I'll be able to buy it from the shop and I'll have 5 stars. I need one more gun and I'm gonna have an Electro Venti, bro, or Kazuha or whichever Sucrose, whichever one sucks them all up together, bro. It's more like Venti because they're gonna be in there getting hit by shit. This is gonna be stupid. I just need one more, bro. One more gun and this is S tier, bro. Hands down, these guns are S tier. And then skill reduction. Bro, PvP, PvE, all of this, bro. These guns tear. I'd say this is probably the highest DPS weapon in the game. It puts out so much damage so fast. Yes, I am biased. Wheelblade, I have this as well. This is a physical damage one. So this does have the buffs. Damages the target within the range of the lingering sky and increases the shield breaking efficiency by 30%. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big shield breaking efficiency right there. 15% increase in shield breaking efficiency clears the cooldown of all weapon skills when the shield is broken. So let's say you switched in, bow, you switch to your guns, you hit 1, bang, you're at like a 30% cooldown. You're about to die, boom, you switch to the healing staff, bow, you heal, 60% cooldown. You switch to this, boom, you break the shield. Every cooldown is back. Even the 60, you just did the healing, you're 60%. Just did the heal. You can switch back to that bitch and heal again if you want to. Double the shit up. Bring everybody back to life. That's crazy. 3 stars here makes it at least an A. I say this makes it at least an A right here. This is solid buffs right here, bro. If an attack hits a target with a critical wound effect, the duration of the critical wound is increased by 7 seconds. So you already have it for 7 seconds just based off the regular effect. But then if you hit the target again that has the critical wound effect, it gets reset basically. You add another 7 seconds onto that. So it's a 14-second buff here for 20% damage. Up to 20% damage for 14 seconds, bro. That's huge. The attack will strike within 8 seconds after releasing the skill Ling Long Tian. Okay. I'd say this weapon is definitely at least, I don't want to give every weapon an S. I've given a lot of weapons S's. I gave one weapon an F. I think I gave out a C, I think. I'd say this weapon, the Wheelblade, is at least an A. I'd say it's a really good buffer. I'd say it's balanced. This is a really balanced thing. It has buffs, right? It has the increased time on the buff. It has nice shield break. I'd say this is more of a support DPS weapon than anything, because it clears the cooldowns and all of that. Yeah, support DPS right here. It's an A. What do we got? We got one more SSR. I'm not gonna do the SRs because this video would literally be never end if I did the SRs as well. The last one is the Cube. The Cube looks really cool. Just off of looks alone, you know what I'm saying? If we're going off the looks of the weapons, that's a different tier list. Content. Healer. So this actually is a healing weapon. Same as all the other fires for the weapon effect. 20% chance of generating a healing sphere when dealing damage. That lasts 20 seconds and restores 60% of attack power as health to teammates. So if your attack is high as shit, your teammates will get a lot of health when they pick up the sphere. So you're attacking. There's gonna be little healing spears that pop up on the ground. Your teammates have to run through them based off of your attack. It'll heal 60% of your attack. So if you have 100,000 attack, it'll heal. There's no way your attack is gonna be that high. But if you do have 100,000 attack, for some reason you're a fucking cheater, you'll heal them for 60,000, right? Big numbers. So it can actually go really crazy. depending on your attack. So, you know, if you're using this weapon, make sure you're strong. Skill cooldown reduced from 90 seconds to 45 seconds. Immunity to debuffs during the skill. And get a shield of 30% from current weapon power that regenerate health per second. That is an enormous cooldown reduction. You don't get debuffs while the skill is active, and you get a shield of 30% that regenerates health. 3 stars, this weapon is an S. This is an S healing weapon. You literally reset the cooldown by half at 3 stars, bro. That's insane. 20% chance to create a damage energy spear when dealing damage that lasts for 20 seconds, and you get 1.5%. So you get up to 15% damage boost if you're dropping enough of these and your teammates pick them up. For each teammate, you can get 15% damage boost. That's cool. It probably won't happen because it only lasts for 45 seconds, but it's a possibility if you're dropping enough of them. When the skill is released, it adds the same number of healing and damage orbs to friendly units from the amount of orbs you have. So at 6 stars, I'd say at 3 stars, I give it an A. This is a good healing weapon, but the fact that your teammates have to reach the heals, like they drop as orbs. If I don't see your orbs coming out, I'm just dying, bro. Like, that's it. I'm just dying. I have to get to your orbs. I'm gonna give this an A as a healing weapon. It's an okay healing weapon. I still think the staff at 6 stars is way better. But that is all of the SSR weapons. If you guys want me to go through the rest of them and let you know what I think about them, leave a comment down below, letting me know. Make sure y'all join up the Discord for the events, and so we can make a strong ass guild when Global comes out. Join the Twitch chat. Like I said, I'm gonna be streaming right now, so if you're interested in joining and chilling and talking it up and having a good time, slide through the Twitch chat. If I was making videos on all of this, I'd be here forever. I know it's only like 9 more weapons. We could speed run them, but I'm done. I'll leave the link here for you guys if you guys want to take a look at this yourself and make your own conclusions, come to your own conclusions about them. But like always, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. It's been your boy Holiest.